Hi, my name is Samantha Gunning and I'm a pre-service teacher at Swinburne University. In this video, I'd like to share with you some strategies that can be used particularly in primary classroom to specifically focus on inclusion of students who may have faced trauma, may have a disability or other additional learning needs. And the aim of these strategies is to provide active inclusion for all students who may have extraordinary needs so that they can really participate in all aspects of learning, both academically and socially and emotionally. And it's really important for teachers to be aware of trauma-informed pedagogy and applying principles of a model backed by research so that all of their students are given equal opportunity to flourish in their schooling experience. Often a school will adopt a particular model for a school-wide approach, which is a really effective method because students become familiar with the way things are done across the school and get that consistency as they move through all their year levels. And one of the important considerations when catering for these students who face trauma or have a disability or other learning needs is that they need a predictable and safe learning environment. So the strategies I'm going to talk to you about in this video are derived from what's called the Berry Street Educational Model. And the Berry Street Educational Model is a program that aims to help educators increase engagement with students that might struggle in the classroom to help improve their self-regulation to ultimately fuel growth and academic achievement. So this model focuses on 5 main areas to target growth in students, and these are body, relationship, engagement, stamina, and character. Now, one strategy derived from the Berry Street model is brain breaks. Now, this aligns with both the body and engagement components of the model. So this is where you provide short 4 to 5 minute interruptions to study time to help renew a student's focus. And the idea of these breaks is to help students self-regulate for their learning. So what this might look like is you notice a student that has low attention or energy, meaning they're not ready to learn. They might be distracted, they might be having trouble starting their work, they might be staring out the window and just really disengaged. Or on the opposite, they might be in overdrive, they might be fidgety, anxious, or have other sort of heightened emotions. So that's when you'd say, let's have a brain break, and this brain break might look different depending on how the child is presenting. If their energy is low and they're disconnected, choose something physical or active to get them moving, something funny, something that will just bring their energy and their mood up. But if they're stressed and fidgety, you might want something that will calm their mind and body down. So such as just some meditation, stretches, going for a quiet walk, or some breathing exercises, or even some time with a therapy dog or other animal you might have in the classroom if you've got one. So this is good for students who may have certain disorders that have, or who have faced trauma, who might be triggered and stressed and need something to just help recenter themselves. And it can also help students with a disability who might find certain tasks particularly taxing. And in both instances, it just helps to have that break from intense effort and refresh their energy and focus. A second strategy on a similar vein that just helps with focus and calmness is what we call circles. So this might be at the start of the day, after lunchtime, at the start of each period even, and it's where you get together as a class and literally sit in a circle and maybe talk about expectations for the day, the plan for the day, or even just have students share something about their weekend or week so far, or maybe at the end of a week or day to talk about some highlights or something they've learned or how they overcame a challenge that day. And the idea behind circles is that everyone comes together to form a real sense of community. So really emphasizing that all students are one and equal and gives everyone a platform to have the opportunity to express something that they would like to. So this can really help your students with needs to be able to express something that they might want to get off their chest or share, might be a bit of a release, and also just feel connected and listened to by their classmates and the teacher as well, just strengthening that feeling of safety in those relationships, which is so important for these students. And it's something that every student can participate in, so it really nurtures feelings of inclusion and equality for everyone. And a third strategy that I'll talk about is actually mapping students' individual strengths, needs, and specific strategies to help in these areas and to use a strengths-based approach to assist in their learning. So an example of what this looks like would be this. So this is from St. Patrick's Primary School in Bega, New South Wales, and it's a template that they use to map out particular students, and it's filled out collaboratively with multiple teachers to really maximise the input and content. So by doing this, there's a solid reference for many teachers to refer to who might have this particular student. So there's that consistency for that student in the strategies that are used for them. So there's that familiarity and routine, which again is so important. and also just that it's very specific to each student so you can know their particular set of needs are being met. So those are 3 quick strategies that you might want to apply in your classroom, or that might be part of a whole school approach to really help these students who might have faced trauma, have a disability, or have some specific learning needs, because we do need to be really conscious of making a real effort to include them and to provide them with strategies that are going to assist in helping them achieve their learning goals.